everybody. This is the Selah Library, and some of you folks are like from Ellensburg. No, you teach in Ellensburg. You're down here. I'm not the one until we can go. I was a Selah librarian, but now I'm a special projects coordinator, and this is a special project.
Yeah, they're not
right. Dan, one of the joys of the Selah Library is we have 3 generations of Peters that use the library, and they're all represented here. We have Doug and we have the kids. So this is really great.
Okay, you want to do this?
I guess what I want to say about Dan is at different times during the day, the character of the library changes. Earlier today, at 4 o'clock, there were a bunch of teenagers in here. It's kind of teen time. There's a couple stragglers over there. In the mornings, there may be babies in here. It's real different. And part of the day that's usual is that Dan will come with the kids and sit on the floor where the picture books are, and lots of parents come in to check out books, but Dan sits and reads stories to the kids. And it's just such a wonderful time. So when the book of poetry came out and I saw about it, I did what I could to promote. We're thrilled to have Dan here. Some of us got to hear him do readings already. I've been sending your poetry, particularly the stuff that mentions the Selah Library, the people in the library system, and it's just a real special thing for us to have Dan here. So without further ado, have at it. Oh, there are cookies over here. There's water. There's, pop.
Did you make the cookies?
Betsy, my wife, made the cookies.
Great.
Would not want to.
Okay, wait, you want to go first? You want to come over here? We have 2 poems to start the process with here. So here's Wit. I'm going to say it to him and he's going to read it. Are you ready? You're going to say it real loud. Christmas tree.
My Christmas tree is so beautiful.
My Christmas tree lasts.
My Christmas tree lasts.
My Christmas tree lasts.
Yeah, so that one will be here.
My Christmas tree is always so beautiful.
And then happy baby colors.
But it once was pines and stone.
Great. Okay, so that one's
My Christmas tree is so beautiful.
Christmas tree is so beautiful.
I don't think we'll ever take it down.
Don't think we'll ever take it down.
My Christmas tree always stays how it is.
Oh, good. That's exciting. Did you want me to look up the other ones?
Oh, nice job, Wit. Okay, good. This is called
Putting up our Christmas tree.
put up on
When we put up our Christmas tree and got it out into our house, it looked like a pine tree.
But now,
But now it doesn't. A bunch of lights are on it. I made some paper chains and put them on the tree. I also made some stockings. This beautiful things and beautiful things.
also made some candy canes.
And I also made some candy canes to hang on the tree.
The tree is now so beautiful.
The tree is now so beautiful.
And I also made some snowflakes.
And I also made some snowflakes out.
My parents were out of town and I got this phone call from my grandmother who was alarmed. She didn't know where she was. She was confused. We didn't. So it was this, I don't know where I am. I think I'm someplace else. And so I hung up the phone and I got in the car and I started backing out of the driveway and I realized that the caller ID said that it was from her own phone. Okay, everything's okay. And I drove there and we had a talk. And at the end of it, she said, she looked at me in the eye. She said, "I'm ready. I'm ready. I tried to stay ready and I'm ready." So there was that one day of just sort of panic for me and for her too, with that amazing moment at the end of it. And then the next day, this happens. And yesterday, last day of summer, Amy and I visit Graham. She's in her new room. Same facility, different care. She eats with her regular table. She received 2 bird feeders for a housewarming. "I'll have them in stereo," she says. She talks to us, as always. Amy shows her profile. Gran tells us about Hal and Mom. When we leave, Amy says, "I come here expecting one thing, and it's always different." Next poem is called What Happened Later That Day, and it's in memory of Mary Johnson. Steam rises from the apple juice plant, slightly sweet from the process. It ascends in a straight column just past the ridgeline, then nothing. The mist trails away to blue sky. Not nothing. Some clouds, brown hills, our slow breath. And the idea that it isn't nothing, that it trails away to, is also in a poem called, yes? Does this say Daddy's poetry reading? Thank you very much. There's some books on the shelf right there. Good job, Ella. Yeah. Thank you.
Something for the website.
Oh, man. The best example of it being not nothing that it trails away to happened right here in this library. In fact, right over where Linda is walking around, you see how many books there are. We pulled one off the shelf that well, I'll read the poem that has to do with that. It's called Death Isn't Death. So this poem takes place right here. It's right before Christmas. I'm tucking Ella into bed. Next to the door is a picture of Gran kissing her 3-month-old head. The picture's been up for years, but we don't talk about it. Once in a while we'll say, "That's great Gran. She loved you very much." This night, Ella looks at the picture and asks, "Great Gran died, didn't she?" "Yes." And I repeat what we say. Death isn't death. Death is not the end. When people die, they don't go away. Part of them lives in us, in you. They pass their spirit, they're in our heart. When we remember, they're not gone. And it's physical, too. You have my chin, I have Grammy's eyes. It's like a tree in the river, or the birch they cut down. It's hard and sad, but it doesn't have to be. Won't always be. I can tell Ella believes only some of it. We both like more evidence. The next day, at the Selah library, the selection process is random. My finger taps the spines of picture books. I find a new one about our favorite bear. I open the cover. Just inside is a note. This book donated in loving memory of Mary Johnson. I can't talk. What are the odds? Look, Ella, look, Whit. That's your great Gran. We stare at those words together before they start to squirm. They want the bear looking for a Christmas tree. They're ready to turn the page. Okay, I say, here we go.